All right, welcome back. This is what chapter
This would be chapter 47.
47-ish around there.
Yeah.
So today we got the
'Cause
goat.
We're recording this after 44 came out.
Yeah, something like that. So I don't even know.
Yeah, the whole thing's weird,
But we got the goat, Cash.
Hi, it's nice to be here.
but
All right, so basically, how I know Cash is because last year was my freshman year of college, and she's the one that basically mentored me as how to become like a goat at track. And like her accolades are crazy. So she's a 2-time All-American, 2-time runner-up for the women's national shot put. She has the indoor record for the NAC and the outdoor record for the NAC, right?
what's the
For
Yes.
shot put conference,
NAC conference?
NACC.
Oh, NAC conference. Okay.
Yeah, so the NAC conference. Now she's at DePaul, where her first throw, now she's like top 5 all time at her school.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's actually wild.
So Cash, give us a quick bio besides your accolades on who you are and what else you do.
Well, I'm Cash. I actually did 3 different collegiate sports. So I originally got recruited to do basketball, and after like tearing my meniscus, it didn't really work out well. And then I played lacrosse for a season, and then I walked on to the track team actually my junior year, which actually went really well. I qualified for outdoor nationals my junior year.
First time,
And-
bro.
It's just automatic.
Yeah, automatic.
It's just
bro.
automatic.
It was crazy.
That's crazy.
I actually didn't do that well at nationals junior year. I scratched out all my throws.
Of course. I mean, knowing you, bro, that's just how it is. Like, bro, she has like this thing where so if she's in her own head, like during the meet or whatever, she's not gonna
It
throw well.
wins.
She's gonna start scratching everything. It just goes downhill basically.
Like you?
Bro, me. I'll take any throw I get at this point. I'll just take any throw at this point.
Yeah, not nationals.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not no national qualifier or nothing.
So, how tall are you, Cash?
5'10".
Yeah, she's tall.
Damn.
Yeah, so so basically she used to hoop, and
Yeah.
she sucked obviously, but so she used to hoop,
That's crazy.
and like obviously like how she said she tore her meniscus,
Mm-hmm.
and but then she was on the lacrosse team.
Did you like lacrosse or no?
Yeah, I actually started playing lacrosse before I started basketball. So I started lacrosse
Oh, okay.
when I was in 4th grade.
Oh shit.
Oh,
But
When did you
I
start
didn't-
when did you start sports in general? Like what grade or age?
Well, I mean, I consider cheer a sport. I started cheering
Mhm.
when I was 7, so I started competition cheer and like regular cheer when I was 7, and then
Okay.
my first contact sport was lacrosse when I was about like 8, 9.
Oh, okay.
so I do want to ask, so what's the difference between Division 1 and Division 3 track? Because I know that you're kind of like required to lift now, and then you know how it was for us last year.
Yeah.
Where you basically just lifted whenever you wanted. Practice was just like whatever. So I just wanted to get your input on how Division 1 like practice and meets are compared to D3.
Huh. Honestly, like it took a lot for me to adjust because the amount I hate that Division 3 gets is so crazy to me, because I count myself as like a Division 3 breed. Like I grew from Division 3.
Yeah, I mean
And-
you spent 4 years in Division 3 level.
And I don't really find Division 1 that much different. Like it took my coach telling me that there's no such thing as Division 1, Division 2, or Division 3 athlete. It's just an athlete. And I guess like the only difference is that I'm actually held accountable. So like the first 2 years of track, I didn't lift. And if I did lift, I definitely half-assed it.
And it was with us.
That's crazy.
So it's crazy that like now I can bench over 125, and I couldn't do that. If you
Oh,
asked me to
shit.
do that last year, I
Yeah.
could not do
Dude,
that.
Bro, I forgot what your bench was with us, because I remember Coach made us lift once, and like she was watching us, and we're like, "Cash, go bench." It was like the bar, I think.
Yeah,
and
I
like
think
a
I
10.
could barely get the bar up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I mean, so far, I mean, you're throwing well. So I
Mhm.
mean, it's translating over. But did you change any of your technique? Like, did your technique change at all with the new coach?
So we actually tried changing my technique for shot, and we decided to let me go back to what I was doing before, because we tried for 6 weeks to actually change to try and get me to like stop hesitating when I'm coming through my glide,
Hmm.
and it didn't work out. It just made me more self conscious, and I just overthought a lot of the process. But I did change my form for weight throw, which
Okay.
actually was, if you would have asked me like last year, I was not good at weight at all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I'm throwing like almost 16 meters off of a one turn.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What was she throwing before?
Like not even 14s, like 11,
Oh
like
shit.
12, 13 maybe?
Yeah, I was like
No,
throwing
yeah,
like 12,
12s.
13. I threw
Yeah.
like 114 last year, no, just one time. But now
Yeah,
it's
Now
no,
you're
like
that
I
up
was
to
can
crazy.
throw off.
16. That's wild.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was crazy because she used to like do like 2, 3 spins and then get like 12, 13. And then she gets the shot and she's throwing about the same distance, more like actually more distance.
Yeah, that's wild. That's
But
awesome.
so with your hesitation, right? Is that coming
Mhm.
from your drive or was that coming more towards your reverse?
Um, I actually, that's one thing I really don't know. I want to say it's coming from within my drive, because whenever I get to the front of the toe board, there's something
Yeah.
that's in my head that's telling me I'm going too fast. So I'll try
Hmm.
and slow down everything. When in reality, I need to keep that same speed that I'm going.
Yeah, because it's just gonna help you just launch it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, hey, as long as I mean you're still throwing really well, so I mean, as long as it's working for you, it's working for you. But what's it called? The other question I did have with the Division 1, Division 3 thing is I heard like because I remember me and you talked about this a little bit was the how there was like D3 hate, but you as a D3 athlete and you're saying that there's not that much of a difference. Would you say that's the same thing for men as well, or is it just only the women's?
I have to say it's men as well, because I mean, you see Joseph White out here, and he's throwing weight further than most of Division 1 for
Yeah, I
men's
mean
weight,
he's
and
what top 5 right now
yeah,
in all
across
divisions. Yeah,
all the divisions, and it's
yeah,
like there's also a lot of like D3 athletes who are doing better than most of the D1 athletes, and honestly, it's just like it's so crazy. You see, like on the media and stuff, everyone's like, "Oh, don't go to D3, don't go D3," but it's like, but can you beat all the D3 athletes if you're gonna say
right. Yeah,
that?
Mm,
yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
yeah.
So, what's your major now? Because you're in your master's degree now, right?
Mhm. Yeah, so
So, yeah,
I'm actually getting my master's in social work, so I want to become a therapist. I don't know if I want to stick to like sports
Dude, look at that.
psychology or if I want
really?
to like just do trauma based.
Okay.
Mm,
Can you get more into that actually? Because I want to know more about this stuff.
Yeah, so master's in social work is MSW, which can actually go across like many different things. So it gives me opportunity to work as what is called a medical social worker if I do choose to. And so if you go to like a hospital and stuff, most of your care, a social worker has to sign off before a doctor can even release you. So social
mm,
workers kind of overlook the doctor's work to make sure that there's nothing that's going to leave you like liable or anything that can cause any like more like pain and stuff towards you. And they
Hmm.
check to make sure there's no negligence when it comes to your care. Um, but I'm going more of the like clinical route, so I'm getting a license in clinical social work after like I get my master's, of course.
Yep.
So I want to like do more therapy based, and like I like listening to people, and as like like from being my teammate, like I
Yeah.
really like uplifting people, so it
Yeah,
really
that
works
was
out.
really true. Yeah, no, because honestly, with Cash, bro, so how it worked was when we got to the track meet, it was always just make fun of Cash.
that's
That was the goal,
oh wow.
was to just make fun of Cash.
Oh wow.
Because the more Cash laughed, the better she performed.
Oh, okay.
And then the more she was in a better mood, the better we performed too, because she was just the nicest person ever.
Okay.
But if she threw bad, oh, it's over with. Don't even try to talk to Cash. So that was kind of our goal, was just like, as long as Cash is happy, the whole throws group performs really well.
Yeah.
But
It's
I
actually
mean,
crazy because like going from a team atmosphere where like everyone just like made fun of me and talked the whole time. To like all my teammates now, it's like their main focuses are being locked in, and it's so weird for me because it's like I want to joke
Yeah.
and play around, and I can't.
And
So like
nobody wants to do it.
when I'm at meets right now, it's like, what do I do?
Yeah, because so how it works is like, so with track, it's kind of more of like a individual thing,
Right. Yeah.
but there's a team aspect to it where like you score points or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the team aspect of track is understanding that they're there to uplift you. But
Mm-hmm.
if they treat it more of like an individual sport, then you're kind of screwed.
Yeah. Right.
Because I mean, dude, there's so many like instances, not from like us as a track group because we're really close. It was more like certain track groups, like from different colleges,
Mm-hmm.
they would be very like individual based, and like they would just only think about themselves.
Yeah.
And you
'cause,
can kind of see it.
Yeah. When you play for yourself, you don't do as good as a team.
Yeah, 100%.
Unfortunately.
But I mean, Cash. So how did it feel? I want to know. Okay. So first, I want to know, how did it feel when you got? So you walked onto the track team your junior
Mhm.
year. I want to know, how did it feel knowing that you're going to nationals the first year you walk on?
I actually was very surprised. Like, so indoor season, I actually missed nationals by a few spots. The first year I walked on, and I guess I took that as motivation because it was one of the girls in our conference. She beat me at conference, and then she was able to secure that spot for nationals. So when outdoor season came, my goal was I need to beat her. I have to beat her. And the first nationals, honestly, like it was very like it was like honestly the atmosphere was great. It was the first year that venues actually had like 3 girls qualify at one time.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like I was the only one by myself. And then we also had our men's 4x1 there, and they were also like in singular events, which was really nice. But like I guess I had to like calm myself down a little bit. So like that like nervousness, I didn't feel it throughout the season until I got to nationals.
Yeah.
And when I stepped foot into the ring, I told myself, I was like, it's fine, like I got it. I did not have it at all. I was not prepared for a big meet at all. And like after not doing track from like high school until that point, I was not prepared at all for how it was gonna feel, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, but honestly, Coach McQueen literally just saves 75% of your energy with that, though. Because if you think about it, like, I don't know where I'd be without Coach McQueen. She's our throws coach.
Okay.
Because Cash can attest to this. But basically, like, my freshman year, I mean, I'm the smallest out of the whole freaking throws group.
Makes sense.
But when I was throwing, you just hear Coach McQueen on the side. Maz, if you do this, this, and this, you're actually gonna be tough. Basically, that's the use of it. Like it was that, and then with Cash, it was just like, Cash, I'm not even gonna coach you. Just throw the thing, and it always ended up working.
That's funny.
The crazy part is though, Coach McQueen actually like saved my love for sports. So like after failing, well, not like I wouldn't call it like a fail for the other two like collegiate sports. It wasn't the right fit for me. And McQueen, like I remember every day I would come crying about like lacrosse practice, and like remember the day I came, like eyes just like bloodshot red, and I was crying. And McQueen was the first coach that actually like told me like you're good enough to be here. Like it was just like the energy she brings honestly saved me from giving up like my athletic ability, and I could never be more grateful because it's like she's the reason why I'm here.
She I don't know how to describe it, but she like brought like the best out of you without asking to do it.
Yeah.
So like she wouldn't expect you to bring the best out of you, but she brought it out just because of the fact that like
She's like the vibe and energy.
Exactly. Like if you threw terrible, she didn't care. If you threw really well, she didn't care.
Yeah.
But the part that of like she didn't care is more of like the part of like, oh, why are you throwing terrible? Why that? But she would tell you like, okay, that throw wasn't the best, but this is what you got to work on, and then that's what you missed.
Yeah.
And then so the one thing that did get her mad the most though was when, so it was just more of me and another teammate that used to do this, is when we throw, we look right over at her to see like her reaction. And she's like, I don't know why you guys keep staring at me. So I think because this year I think she was saying that she's gonna like find a spot in like all the way in the back of the bleachers so where we can't even see her.
Oh yeah.
Honestly,
That's
I
good.
I
Looking for the
definitely
approval.
miss that because I like struggle now. I mean, granted, having McQueen as a coach made me realize I don't want another throws coach unless it's like
McQueen.
dang near McQueen. And
Yeah.
my current throws coach is basically like McQueen, a copy.
Oh, okay, good.
So it works out for me. But the only issue is I look at him for like seeking approval, and
Mm.
I don't think he realizes yet that like I go based on you have to let me know
How
if it
he
was good or
feels.
not.
Yeah,
And
right. Yeah.
so it's like it's hard to read him because every time I try to read him, I don't know. And I remember it was the first meet. He thought I did really well in the first meet, but I was like sad because I threw a 14.44, and I've been
Which is
trying to open
not,
up at 15.
yeah. Because, I mean, you were throwing 15s with us, right?
No, I for some weird reason I've always fallen short from 15, but I feel like it's
You
just
had a
another thing.
1490, though, right?
No, I
I swear
think
I thought you had a 1496. I swear to God, I thought you had a 1496.
no, I think I threw 14.81 to end my collegiate career at BNU.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
so I've always been like a little short, and I mean I feel like it's there. It's definitely
Yeah.
there, and I know that it's there because these last two meets, I can't even lie to myself. I don't feel like I was going 100%.
Mm.
And I told my coach that too. I tell him during practice, I don't think I'm going 100%. Like, I need that drive. And right now, I don't really feel like that drive of where you need to try harder. And it's like being at these smaller meets lately have made me not want to try. Like, the first meet, I
Mm-hmm.
got third place, and second meet, I got first. Like, I need that drive to tell myself, you're at the bottom. You have to work
Yeah.
yourself up.
Mm.
But it's kind of hard when you're already, like, at the top.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
So you think you being at the top, pretty much above everybody else, that kind of slows you down. You kind of think to yourself, "Oh, what am I kind of working for if there's nothing more to work for?" Is that kind of where
Honest,
your head's at?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I go through that a lot mentally. That's one thing that kept me from because at first I was gonna stay Division 3, but then I
Mm.
realized like if I got national runner up twice, and both the girls I got it to, it took them 6 years. They were 6 years. It took them
Yeah,
6 years to
crazy.
get
Yeah,
a
they're
national
old.
title, and I did more than them in 2 years. I was like, there's no way I'm staying D3, so I can just get the title without trying. Like I didn't want that. Like I want to be able to throw 17 plus. I want to be able to throw 18 meters. But
Mm.
I guess it's like a mental battle with me where I need to find that drive.
Mm.
Okay, that makes sense. So, how many more years left do you have of your career? 2?
Yeah. I just have this year and next year, so I'm almost
Okay.
at the end.
Almost. But hey, you never know. Olympic trials.
I mean, the
Yeah.
Olympics are next year. Who knows? Maybe this lifting thing will work out.
Yeah, maybe.
That's your motivation right now. Then is the Olympic trials. Work yourself up to that. That should be your motivation.
Yeah, I've been really like trying, and I like see myself pushing myself in the weight room. Like I don't know if you would have asked me a year ago, I would have been like, I'm not lifting. I don't care. I really don't
Yeah.
care. But
I can agree.
I've been really pushing myself to get better. Like I'm staying doing drills for an hour, not even touching a shot, doing drills without touching a shot.
Really?
Yeah, and I never would have seen myself doing that. But it's like I'm learning to trust the process.
Okay, that makes sense. So I do want to ask you about like the
Mhm.
teammate difference. I don't want you to bash no teammate, but I just want to ask. So the teammates at BenU that you had versus the teammates you have at DePaul now. What's the difference? What's the main difference between the two? And which one do you prefer?
Don't bash nobody.
Um,
You don't have to answer the second one, but
Maz wants you to.
yeah.
wait, can you repeat the second one again? I'm so sorry.
Okay, so the first part was what's the difference between what's the main difference between like the BenU throws group and then the DePaul throws group? And then the second part was which one do you prefer more? If you don't mind answering.
Um,
Classic Maz
I guess
question.
the difference is I actually have girl teammates now.
Mhm.
So
That's
they're
true.
girls. But it was definitely a different vibe at BenU. Like at times, like I get so sad because it's like I really grew a bond with you guys. I can't
Mhm.
really say I prefer one over the other because honestly, like I have so much fun with both. It's so crazy to me how like well I actually clicked at DePaul, but
Mhm.
it's also like you guys brought me up from scraps. So you guys saw the worst of me before DePaul saw the best of me.
That makes sense.
So it's like I can't really choose, but there's definitely differences there that I notice
Mhm.
about both.
Okay. Um, and then so do you remember conference at all with us? Like where we had like the UFC tournaments and stuff?
Yes.
Do you guys have something like that at DePaul? Like not like conference because conference is still so far away, but do you guys have that type of bond where y'all be playing like UFC or whatever?
um I feel like the not really like it's like the boys will joke with each other about like who's better at things, and I guess like for the girls we like well I went to the second one. I didn't go to the first one, but like it's like this trivia thing, so they like to go out and do trivia. And so they went to SpongeBob trivia, and now it's a thing
Oh,
that's
no.
reciting like SpongeBob quotes and things from SpongeBob episodes.
That's some old head stuff right there.
Man, that's something that we do. I ain't gonna lie. Because I ain't gonna lie, if Ripon had like one of those trivias, bro, we would have went. Because bro, we were like freaking menaces at Ripon.
What's that?
That was the place that we had conference,
Oh,
Yeah.
and it was indoor conference. And so basically, this was like when I was degenerate and didn't know all this stuff.
yeah.
But basically, what happened was, so me and another thrower, we went to go watch like the girls basketball. What was it called? It was like a tournament,
Okay.
and the Knox College team wins the tournament, right? And then I follow this one girl on Instagram,
Bruh.
and then she follows me back or whatever, right? And then we didn't really date or whatever, but like we started talking and all that,
Mhm.
and then just ghosted out of nowhere.
You did?
But yeah, no, but like that's like just a one little story that like happened in Ripon. It was just like we had UFC tournaments at like 3 a.m. every day.
3 a.m. is crazy.
Yeah,
I
we
wish I
tried
could
we
touch
tried to
3
go out
a.m.
to eat. We tried to go out like to get ice cream or whatever, but there was no spots because it was in the middle of nowhere.
But I remember when we went to go get the Culvers and then we saw the bus coming back.
Yeah.
We were literally so scared. We were like, "What if they come over here?" We were up here just
Yeah.
waiting for them because we weren't supposed to be there.
Yeah, because okay, so there's literally like a Culver's walking distance away from us,
Mm-hmm.
and we got to leave. Okay, so we got to leave the track early because our events were already done or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So then our coach is like, "Hey, like if you guys want to wash up or whatever, go ahead. Like, here's the keys." So then the coach drops us off, and the first thing we do, head to Culver's. We go to Culver's, and then we just see the second bus pull up, and we were not supposed to be there, and you just see the second bus just like staring over, and we're just like hiding in the booth. Dude, it was crazy.
That's funny. Wait, so the second bus to drop off the team there?
No, so basically we were there for so long because we were just talking so much
Yeah.
that the whole event was over. Like the whole meet was over.
Oh.
So you just have everybody pulling up in the second bus.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so like I'm assuming because we had to go out to eat after that too. So they're like waiting on us to get ready.
Oh yeah, because then we ended up going to I think we went to Golden Corral.
Yeah, it was either Golden Corral or OG.
Is Golden Corral good or no?
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right.
It's pretty
Okay.
mid.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It was just more fun because like of what we did
Okay.
Yeah.
than the food.
The Cole Culver's thing.
Bro, dude, that was so funny.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
But so then when is your guys' conference indoor? It's in May?
Conference.
Or sorry, not May. March?
End of February. So
End of February? Okay.
basically the same as it was at Binu.
Okay. I do want to talk about, you don't need to talk numbers, but I want to talk about your scholarship, how your scholarship is set up. Because I know you get a monthly stipend. And is that for more of like your rent, or is that more like of just like free spending?
So it's basically like for like rent and like groceries. So that way, like instead of like working, I'm more focused on like training.
Oh, okay. So like instead of getting a job, that stipend is more of just like, oh yeah, you're working a full-time job right now as like an athlete. Here's your monthly check.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay. And
That's
then
decent.
yeah, that's actually pretty solid, bro.
That
That's
is
crazy.
solid. That's nice.
Because you're getting paid to do what? Just throw the thing?
Nothing. Play
Yeah.
do your thing.
Yeah, just throw the ball, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
literally
that's all you
Grip
gotta
and
do.
rip.
Yeah.
Pause. But yeah.
Hey, you said that. You said that.
But yeah, no, dude, that's actually crazy though. Now that I'm thinking about it, because
Go to DePaul, man.
bro, no, I'm not that tough.
I don't know. We're looking for guy throwers.
Eh?
There's like 3.
There you go.
If you need a disc thrower, let me know.
Let me go ask my coach real quick.
Yeah, because I mean, my disc throw was alright, but this year, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I've been throwing 11s at practice for shot.
Then again, you have to remember the guy's shot is heavier than what it was in high school.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just
So,
telling you. Because
11s
last year I
aren't
was
bad
throwing
to
like
start
8s.
with.
No, I'm saying because I started at 8s last year. I was at 8 meters at practice. Now I'm throwing like 11s.
As you should be.
So hold on. I don't know how this gonna go this year, but hopefully it's that big of a jump too.
Yeah. What's the difference between high school shot put and college?
Okay, so women's it stays the same, right?
Mhm.
You guys are 8 pounds.
We stay the same all the way from middle school.
Yeah, so middle
Oh,
school
shit.
is 8 pounds. Freshman year or
Mhm.
high school 8 pounds. High school or college 8 pounds.
Mhm.
Olympics 8 pounds.
Oh, for the
For-
Olympics too?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
For men's, it goes middle school 8 pounds, high
Mhm.
school 12 pounds, and then you get to college 16.
16. I was gonna say 15. Shit.
And then I think we were debating on this, but I think you might know. But I think Olympic men's is also 18.
I was thinking,
It's
I
a
think
little
it's
bigger.
Yeah, I want to say it's 18.
It's 18 pounds, yeah. So like you see like Ryan Krauser, like the best thrower in the world. He's throwing like 25 meters, like 23, 24 meters with the 18-pound shot like on his neck. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to even. That's weird.
So yeah, basically it's like this big ball, right? And you like push it onto your neck, and then you
Uh-huh.
kind of like lean into it. Like
So are you like pushing or are you like flicking?
flicking?
Okay.
So it's like a flick and like a chest press at the same time.
Okay.
Cash, you're a better technique person. You walk us through it.
For me, it's more of a push with the flick. But
Yeah.
then again, I'm also a glider, so and I also don't glide traditionally. I'm like one of those athletes that it's like, what the fuck is wrong with your form?
Yeah.
And so for me, it's more of like a push into a flick.
Yeah, because you just have really long legs.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically what a glide is just like you kick, you kind of like kick backwards like that.
Okay.
And then the other one is called a spin or like a rotational movement.
Yeah, where you spin.
You literally spin through the ring, yeah.
Yeah.
So like I'm a glider, Cash is a glider. But her glide is just like really weird because like she'll like keep her leg up, she'll kick, and then she'll just wait there and then throw.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
Because it's supposed to be one big movement. Like you kick, you step, throw. Hers kick. She'll sit down, she'll wait, and then she'll throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if
that makes sense.
That's not illegal or nothing?
No.
Okay.
No. It's like, I don't know if like you watched Family Guy when I think it wasn't Family Guy when Peter Griffin like threw the shot and like he waited for a second.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it.
I don't think I've seen that clip.
It. Yeah.
I'm gonna search that up right now.
Yeah.
I gotta get.
Bro, no, it's actually so funny. Because that's literally how she throws. It's literally just Peter Griffin throwing the shot.
You want an example?
Yeah.
Shot.
But Cash, also, workload wise, like not just practice. I'll talk to you about that later, but like school wise, because I want to kind of get into your education. Because at Ben U, being honest, the workload was not that bad.
No.
How was the workload at DePaul?
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Being in a master's program is way easier than undergrad. Like,
really?
I haven't had a single final. Like, I've had like papers, but like they weren't even considered final papers. And
really?
I mean, because now like I don't have to do any math or science because I'm done with undergrad.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, I haven't really had that many assignments. Only thing that I hate is that DePaul's on an A-, A+ system.
Oh no.
So my GPA like just tanked because of an A-.
Yeah. But honestly, so like, do you guys still do GPAs then, right, for master's programs?
Yeah. So it's if you're required to have a 3.0 for like the program, otherwise you get dropped from the program. But there's no
Oh.
reason realistically why you shouldn't have a 3.0. But like at BenU, I would have had a 3.7 from having an A and a B. But at
Mhm.
DePaul, I have a 3.3 from having an A minus and a B.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, what?
Yeah, the plus minus system completely screws over your GPA, dude.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Because an A plus is a 4.0.
So
Mhm.
what is so at Bennu it's just letters,
Yeah.
just A, B.
Mhm.
A, B, C, D, yeah.
Oh.
So like an A plus is a 4, and then A's a 3.8, right? And then like
For
a
DePaul, it's a 3.7.
oh my god. So it
Yeah.
drops you 0.3%. Yeah, that's crazy.
So they just try to screw you.
Yeah.
On your
Basically, it's
grades.
like it's a little tough to me, honestly, because it's like I feel like I'm putting in the same effort, but I guess to some people, it's like you're not putting in the same effort.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense. I feel like an A is an A.
Yeah, literally, an
Right.
A is an A.
Yeah.
If you get a 90%, it's the same about getting a 97%. You still work the same
Yeah.
amount. You just got better luck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait.
I would hate that so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like with your papers, how long are they? Like 5 pages? 10 pages? 15?
I've had so far all the for the classes I've had so far. One of my professors doesn't like reading long papers, so she said write as much as you feel you need to write. So if that's 2 pages, that's 2 pages. If it's six
Oh.
pages, it's 6 pages. And then I had another professor who was like, I don't really know the word limit. And she's like, I'm not going to give you guys a page limit if no one asks for one. So you can write 1 page if you want.
Bro, that's so life. Oh my
So
god.
Dude, I'd write like
I've
half
never
a page,
felt
bro.
so like relaxed.
Yeah, I mean that's actually crazy because from what I've heard from like other people about like master's programs, like med school is completely different. I'm just talking about like
Mhm.
like master's programs in general, is that they're just really like focused on more papers and like just it's really rigorous when it comes to just like work by yourself.
Mm.
But I mean, from what I'm hearing from you, is just like it's a lot easier, which you said, but it's also like more relaxed and chill.
Yeah, because it's like they want you to like work and become a professional.
Mm-hmm.
And with like the now like AI becoming a thing, it's like there's so many people that aren't even learning. They're just getting it done
Yeah.
for them. But it's like we're doing
Yeah.
more of like applied learning. So like we'll do like presentations and stuff, which I like better than papers because like I want to apply what I'm learning. I don't want to just sit in behind a computer screen because if I have a word count, I'm gonna stretch to get to that word count.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that makes sense. And then, all right, so now we're gonna talk about more of like
Mhm.
the physical aspect because we talked about you lifting and stuff, which is great.
Mhm.
And I just want to know like what is the day in the life of Cash?
Um. Well,
Some
because I'm
episode
a
one
master's
vibes.
student, I currently have an internship, so my days are typically longer than most of my teammates. I wake up at 6 a.m., get ready. I'm in the office by 8 a.m.
Oh,
Office
And
where?
so I do my internship through Taking Back the Halls. It's a non-profit, and they go to middle schools and high schools and teach students how to have healthy relationships. This is a
Mm.
way to like try and prevent like domestic violence among like
Right.
while dating, and also because like
Yeah.
a lot of children, their parents don't talk to them about like relationships. They just make them
Yep.
figure it on their own.
mm-hmm.
So
Agreed.
we have an office located at the Lincoln Park campus at DePaul, and I go there like about 2-3 times a week. And then on
Mm.
Wednesdays, I'm at Hernandez Middle School, and I'm teaching my first 2 classes on how to have healthy relationships. And then typically after that, have practice by around like 1:30. If I'm not at practice and it's like lift around that time, then usually not getting home till about like 5 o'clock because I commute. So I decided
Mm.
not to live in Lincoln Park just because the city's expensive.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Lincoln Park
And
sucks.
For sure.
yeah, so I commute, and I really don't have an issue with that. I like it because it actually pushes me to do my work. Because when I lived on campus during undergrad, I go to my room and sleep like constantly. I feel like I wasn't really productive. But now, like, I feel like I have more energy to be productive. Like, I can get up and do things and like find things to fulfill my day.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So technically, so realistic, you would get home at like what, 5? You, like you said, 5.
Yeah.
Okay, and then that's when you'd start doing your work or whatever, and then
I mean, usually I have like readings, but
okay.
since like I'm in the office, depending depending on my workload, sometimes I can get like my readings for like school done in the office.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and like I mean, when I do have classes though, so what sucks about grad school? I gave you like the day of my life without
Hmm.
school. I forgot I'm a student athlete, not an athlete student. But like with class, unfortunately, I do have night classes. So I have
Oh,
night class three
Dang.
times a week, and if I have night class,
Tough.
it's class from 6 to 9 p.m.
get holy.
Yeah, no, I can't do
Well, I
that.
mean, that's how long my labs are, but it's once a week.
Yeah, they're
Like
all once
usually.
a
Nah, I
week.
can't do that.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
I'm grateful they're once a week, and the classes are mostly like discussion based. So it's not
Oh,
like I'm
that's not bad.
just writing like down slides the whole day.
Yeah.
And one of my professors, she doesn't like staying all the way till 9, so she typically lets us out after like an hour, hour and a half.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's even better.
Yeah, that's actually goaded. But what's it called? I had a question, but I freaking forgot it. It was about man, I forgot it. Oh, so with your like teaching thing, right? Is like
Hmm.
your like how you said you taught two, right?
Hmm.
So do you enjoy like teaching in general, like uh children, or do you want to go more towards like adults, if that makes sense?
Um, at first, the original goal was I wanted to work with like young adults, like therapy wise. I wanted to work with between like 18 to 24. But
Mm,
since I've been working at the middle school, I'm really enjoying being around eighth graders. Like I feel like that's the most vulnerable time and where you really need someone to talk to. And it's like a lot of us like make fun of it and like society pushes back like, oh, if you talk to a therapist because you're crazy. But it's like sometimes you just need someone to like tell you like, yeah, you got this. Like at a student, he was like getting picked on by like other classmates and stuff. And I had like told one of the like teachers that worked there, I was like, hey, like, are you guys not seeing this? Because I'm seeing it once a week, which means it's happening more than once a week.
Mhm.
right.
And it's like sometimes you just need someone to advocate for you. And you don't always know how to advocate for yourself, but just having an extra person to do it honestly just helps. So I actually am stuck right now. I don't know what age groups I really want to work with yet.
Yeah, I
Mm,
mean, we do need more people in just like that area in general of just
Hmm.
social work,
yeah.
because it's very in demand, because like no one wants to do it.
Yeah.
It's more because of the would you agree is that it's just more because of the fact that like it's kind of like there's like a stigma around it, like, oh, social work, it sucks because you just got to deal with like crying people all the time. It's very depressing, very emotionally draining, stuff like that.
Yes, I actually really agree. We actually talked about this. It was an assignment for one of my classes about how a lot of people, it's like the stigma is, oh, if you're a social worker, you just take people from their houses, like you take kids from their houses,
Yeah.
and it's like
Well, I've
they
never heard
they
of
get
that.
such bad like
DCFS.
connotations, but it's like there's also the social workers who bring food to kids who don't have food. There's social workers who
Yeah.
they'll take kids to go do activities which they don't get a chance to do with their families, and it's like it's just like along with the mental health field, like as me, like someone who came from like an African American household, I heard all the time, what do you need to be telling people outside of our house our business for? Or why do you need a therapist? You're not crazy. So it's like, and it's like if you say you want to go talk to a therapist, like they automatically assume, oh, there's something wrong with you. So it's like
Mm,
growing up I was like told it's bad to like show emotions and like your feelings and stuff, but like I'm realizing that's what led to like lack of communication because I didn't know how to communicate because it was frowned upon.
yeah. So my girlfriend, she's actually in college right now at
Mm-hmm.
Colorado State University, and her major is social work as well. And she's gonna, do a master's program, an accelerated master's program, her 5th year for it. So I know you're doing that right now, but
Mm-hmm.
is there anything that you've learned with experience in that field yet, to where there's certain things to either stay away from or to gravitate to, or no?
Definitely have a therapist. Every therapist needs a therapist. And the reason why the burnout rate is so high is because a lot of people try and like hold in those emotions versus going to someone to talk about it. And it's like you can't help other people if you can't help yourself first.
Oh, that makes sense.
Makes sense.
'Cause
Bar.
That's a bar. Say it again. Say it again. That was a bar. You can't
Yeah.
what?
You can't help yourself if you can't. I mean, you can't help others if you can't help yourself.
Yeah.
Self care is the most important thing, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying that, you know, when my girlfriend becomes something with the social work field,
Mhm.
that she should have a therapist to, you know, express her emotions after dealing with people all day.
Yeah, so you have to be able to decompress. So
Okay.
like, so I'm a grad intern. I have 2 undergrad interns under me, and at first, like, so the grad interns, we meet once a week and have a decompress session. And it didn't occur to me at first, my undergrads need that too. And so
Yeah.
I recently started doing that with my undergrads because sometimes it's like heavy at the school. Like we had like these 4 corner things where it's like something that makes you sad, things that make you happy. And literally the first day with my block B class, someone wrote that someone was thinking of suicide. First day.
Oh,
And it's like
jeez.
things like that. Like I have to be able to go to someone and be like, hey, like this kind of hurts. Like it sucks to hear like 8th graders talking about self harming and like wanting to commit suicide because people don't really care about their emotions or like things like bullying and
Yeah,
stuff that
that's
they're
true.
facing.
Yeah.
Especially at that age too. It's like they have no experience with literally anything in life. So for them to just think that
Like they just
with
started their teenage
nothing,
years
yeah, like that's crazy.
with like no type of stress either. If you really think
Yeah.
about, I mean, they have like those outside stressors, but I mean, like when you think about it, you as a 14-year-old, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not dealing as much stress as you are now as like a
Oh my
21,
God.
22, 23-year-old.
Yeah.
If they're thinking that after whatever stress they're going through at that point,
Oh, dude.
it's only gonna
It's gonna
get
get
worse.
worse.
Unfortunately, that's
Yeah.
just how the world works.
So, I actually thanks for bringing that up. I do want to
Got
ask
you,
you.
bro. I got you.
I do want to ask you about
Mhm.
this. So, what type of perspective do you take with like your casework? So, like, do you take more of like a realistic perspective, like let them know like, hey, I mean, it could always be worse, or do you take more of like a optimistic approach, like, hey, I get what you're going through, but like, there's always a like the light at the end of the tunnel type deal.
So funny thing, um, I'm at a school where like the whole population is like just Hispanic students, and there's
Okay.
a couple Asian students in one of my classes. But it's like, I don't try and like. I guess the way I see it is we all have different like experiences with life, and like a lot of my students, they're already working for their parents, like they're doing like manual labor and stuff, and it's I I was grateful and like I guess I was like granted enough where I didn't have to do that, like in 8th grade at least. And it's
Yeah.
like if my parents were struggling with anything, I didn't see it. Versus a lot of my students, like they're seeing their parents like struggling with things. Like I have students who, it's like so crazy to me because it's like the stuff that I hear in the middle schools, and I'm just like, oh, I wasn't doing that in 8th grade and stuff. Then I remember like I went to a private school, and sometimes like it sucks because it's like, yes, like I grew up like I didn't like grow up in the suburbs, but it's like I went to school in the suburbs. So I didn't
Mm-hmm.
fully see like what the rest of my friends who like lived around me went through. And it's like seeing my students who like they don't go to like private school, like they go to Chicago public schools, and
Yeah.
it's like a lot that they're experiencing, and I didn't experience it, but like I'm able to like just like walk them through it and be like, if you need this, like let me get these connects to make sure you have something. And I guess one like reality check was, so I have student journals, they have journals, and I express them like, you can write anything that you need to tell me in here. I had like a student telling me how he was like hungry and like tired all the time, and like no one was taking it serious. They were just saying like,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, like they're 8th graders, they're just tired and like they're always hungry. But I was
Mhm.
like, no, like this doesn't feel right, like
Mm-hmm.
and it honestly like made me sad because it's like there's like so many programs that Chicago doesn't have. And like I was lucky enough, like I lived in Colorado where they gave us like if someone was hungry or something, there was food boxes at the end of the week for students. There was snack time in the middle of the day where they'd bring us like pieces of fruit. So it's like I never realized how much like other schools don't get things,
Yeah.
and it's really just like a shocker for my life, I guess.
Yeah, that just sounds super depressing. I mean,
Yeah, so they for like the students there who have to work for the parents, it's almost like it's more like a realities kind of hit them harder.
they're basically
Hmm.
put into like the workforce like
Yeah,
at 14. I mean, that's
yeah,
crazy.
that is crazy. So I wanted to also go back to one thing you mentioned earlier about how you talked about like a group session where you talked to
Mm.
your undergrad interns as well. So would you think you would need maybe a group of other interns or people that are doing what you're doing versus a therapist, or like would both not hurt at all, or which do you think had a bigger impact?
Well, I have like my personal therapist that I go to, and then I have been attempting to see the sports psychologist as well. And I also like the other grad interns, we like all meet together and have decompress session. So
Okay.
honestly, I feel like my personal therapist helps the most just because it's like
Mm,
I can give her perspective on people she doesn't know.
mm,
Versus like when we're in like the group session, we all know each other. So like at times it
yeah.
may be hard because it's um like for example, like at my internship, I was having conflicts with one of the undergrads at the beginning of the year, and it was just like a personality clash. But like I couldn't really say anything because every other intern had been there last year, so it was like if I say something, then I'm the problem. So I just
Mm,
kind of like held it in and like only told my field liaison, which I later learned like I should have spoke up about it because the behavior that I was getting from the other intern wasn't okay. Like they're an undergrad intern, but I didn't want to be seen as that person who's like I have power over you.
mm-hmm.
That makes
So
sense.
it's like I
That's
try to
crazy.
like be like, well, what can I do to like make you like me better and stuff? And it was like I found myself trying to people please, and so like it made it kind of hard with having like that group setting because it's like I'm still trying to people please while also I should be holding undergrad students accountable too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because if you're not holding them accountable, then they just feel entitled to do whatever they
Mm-hmm.
want. But it is actually a good point that you brought up about journaling too, because I've been looking into it more. Because like
Mm-hmm.
when it would like
Same.
yeah, because like with like new topics that I see like over the internet or whatever, I always try to do my own type of research on it. And I've looked into journaling a lot, like over the past like week or two. And I mean, I honestly think that journaling is one of the biggest and like best ways to help yourself and improve yourself. Because like there's so many ways that you can journal. Because like how you were saying that they have like their own personal journals and they can say whatever they want. It can be a mental health journal. It can be an emotional journal. It can be like your progress journal of like your physical progress, your mental
Yeah,
progress.
with
It can be whatever
sport
you want.
or like financial progress. It could be literally anything.
It can be
I don't want to say I journal, but like, I jot down a lot of things in a notebook. So I guess it's journaling, but not like I write out my day and how my day went. It's more
mm,
just like quotes, even just like symbols of pictures of things I desire and
yeah.
stuff like that. So
Okay. So I do want to ask you if you agree with this quote. Is that so it's kind of like reflective on journaling itself, is that um it like your thoughts don't mean anything until you put it onto paper. Would you agree?
I definitely agree because at times like we think things, but it's like that can be gone like within a blink of an eye on like most of the
Hmm.
topics we think about. But it's like when you journal, you're able to go back to that thought. You're able to see, well, how am I have like progressed from this thought to the next. And like you're able to just see progress within yourself. And I know like it took me a while to like get into journaling, but I found it the most beneficial. Like I feel more at peace like being able to journal out my thoughts versus just like having my mind in a cluster where I'm like thinking like a million miles, like a million miles
Yeah.
a minute. And
Hmm.
journaling actually really does help. So I actually do agree with that quote.
It's the like honestly, I don't know how to describe it. Like I personally don't journal because like I just got
bro,
into it.
do it.
Yeah, no. I
Do
mean,
it,
I've
bro.
it just looks like I'm definitely gonna start doing it. But like with the research that I've been doing, I mean, it shows that like how Cash was saying, like how your mind is going a million miles an hour. If you
Hmm.
jot down everything that you're thinking about, it helps. Like it's like organizing your room.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The more there's stuff around, the more like freaked out you feel.
Hmm.
But the more clean your room looks, I mean, it looks more appealing and you understand
Right.
where everything is.
Yep.
It's the same. It's the same way how you got to think about your brain.
Yeah. So another thing, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I was done.
But another thing, what a lot of people I feel like nowadays don't do is self-reflect.
Yeah.
So if you journal day by day, page by page, you can go and look back at how you've been thinking and, just the progress of your mental state or financial state, whatever you're journaling about.
Right.
So another thing is, self-reflect, and what a lot of people don't, and, a lot of people don't do that. So nobody really improves on anything.
Mm-hmm.
So if you self-reflect and you're able to go back to those pages that you've written down, you're able to easily, and, just
Self-reflect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, one last thing about social work, and then we're gonna go back to your athletic stuff. Is if whoever's watching this podcast episode, and they want to get into the social work, or like they want to get into something like this, and they're kind of scared to take that next step. What is your advice for just anybody in general? Like, it can be as broad as you want, as detailed as you want, but just any type of advice.
Well, my advice would be, why do you want to choose social work? Because it can't just be, oh, you want to help people, because you can help people in another way, but it's like, why do you choose it? Because once you have to think about it. And I get so many assignments of where they're like, well, why do you choose social work? And it's like, it's more than just helping people. Because it's like, once you begin to help others, you also have to know how to have that self-care to help yourself too. So it's like, you have to look for your why.
Yeah,
before you can decide.
Right, because it's kind of like hypocrisy if you're telling somebody to do something and you're not even doing it yourself.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's really just learning your why before even deciding to go into social work.
Okay. So make sure to tell your girl that.
Huh?
I said make sure to tell your girl that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm gonna text her right after the episode. Be like, oh, she's young. She's
be like,
social work
watch
too.
This pod right now.
Yeah.
Watch this pod right now.
Skip to whatever and watch it.
Yeah. Okay, so back to your athletic stuff. I mean, you're very decorated athlete. I mean, you did all this stuff. You're, like I said, you're 2-time All-American. Like all these accolades that you have. What is the one thing that you do regret that you did throughout your collegiate career?
Dang.
That's a pretty good question, ain't it?
I regret giving up basketball. I
Really?
let a coach. So the way it happened, the original coach who recruited me ended up leaving BNU, and this was during all the changes, during COVID. So, it was pretty tough. But it's like, the reason why I left, the coach told me I wasn't good enough to be a collegiate athlete for basketball, and I honestly just let him think that, and I regret letting him have that. But now it's like, I'm a 2-time All-American, so please tell me again that I'm not good enough collegiately.
Yo, shit.
I think that all the time, but it's like, honestly, choose your program. I had to tell my brother too, because he wanted to play football in college, and I told him, I was like, it's really about the program, because coaches make or break you.
Yeah.
And basketball was my first love. I chose to so I could have been recruited for track out of high school, but I chose basketball because I had more passion for basketball, and I regret letting my passion go over a coach. I honestly should have hit the transfer portal then.
Yeah.
But
no, that would have been so depressing if you hit the transfer portal, because we would have no 2-time All-American. We would have no cash.
Yeah, I think about that. Things happen for a reason, but basketball is just a different side of me that I really miss. Sometimes, I'll think about it. I'll be seeing my friends playing on the court and stuff, and I'm just like, should have been me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now you just suck at the sport, so.
All right, bro.
Yeah. Haven't touched a basketball since I quit.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I could definitely relate to you on that one, because the first ever sport I played was baseball. I didn't really care for it. And then I went to football, and that was my baby. I love football. And then after that, I was just kind of like, you know what? I think I want something different. So I played soccer for 7-8 years. And then I remember sophomore year of soccer, I got moved up to varsity. and the varsity coach completely killed it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Completely killed it for me. I was like, I don't like how he coaches. I don't like his attitude towards the players. I don't know how he thought of me personally as a player, but I remember I completely quit soccer after so many years of playing it, and then I go to join football again, senior year to play on varsity, and I completely just showed out. Like junior year, I got injured, had to miss the rest of the season after 2 games, unfortunately, but it was only a 6-game season because of COVID. And then senior year, I completely just balled out. I had an all conference honorable mention. So I was just like, that was like the best decision of my life to go back to football because, I don't know, I would not have had those accolades or just that one accolade if I was still in soccer.
Yeah,
so.
bro was tough. Bro was tough.
Something like that.
I will give it to you.
Low confident.
Yeah, basically. But what's it called? Honestly, with track itself, you could have done it with basketball too, in my honest opinion, because you could have been able to balance it.
Can you dunk?
This is what makes me so bad because my goal was, I remember telling everyone, I was like, guys, I'm gonna dunk by junior year.
Yep.
Never got the chance. Never got
Yeah.
the chance.
Hey, that's a valid question though. Can you dunk?
Yeah. Throw it out there. So.
Yeah, I mean, so would you want the WNBA to bring the rim down to 8 feet?
No, because I hate that. It's like they're trying to make it seem like we aren't as good as guys. And
let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this then. So like, you think that it would make them less good or less, or not as good as guys, but for shot put, it's the same weight from middle school.
Yeah.
So isn't that kind of showing like that you guys can improve or can't improve because they keep the weight of the ball the same? Isn't that kind of the same argument?
Well, no,
Pretty
I think I don't find the argument to lower the rim. Like, there's girls that can dunk.
I've never even heard that argument.
Okay, but can any of them ease bay? Can any of them go through the legs?
Can they back scratch?
Cash, can you dunk on 8 feet? Yes or no?
I haven't tried it.
Okay, but
I can.
Yeah, but look, Candace Parker, bro. You know what? Cool, rim graze are cool. But if she starts hitting some windmills like on 8
you know how many more
I'm gonna start watching it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would watch it more. It's more about entertainment. Because think about it. Yeah. Professional sports is an entertainment industry, right?
Plus, the WNBA loses money every year.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so like,
but the WNBA, you don't see them like the NBA where we're punching players or crying about a foul, and it's like the NBA. I feel like it's losing its touch. It's like I'd rather watch college over the NBA.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
I think college sports are starting to get way better. I mean, college football has a bigger fan base anyways than the NFL, but I think honestly, college football is so much better than the NFL.
But Cash, I will agree with you on this: is that college women's basketball is actually super fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Girl,
she's so tough.
So tough. She's so tough. Iowa, so tough. Yeah.
But no, honestly, I will agree with you on that. Is that it's just so much more fun to watch. But then when you get to the WNBA, where's the drop off? Like, why is the WNBA so much more boring than college women's basketball?
I don't know what WNBA.
I would say team chemistry.
You guys, yes, it depends on team's chemistry. Like, if you watch Vegas play, it's lovely, and then, man,
ain't nothing lovely about Vegas, bro. It's so boring to watch. I watched the game 2 days ago.
I don't know, because then, you have Aaliyah Boston playing for Indiana, and it's like, the WNBA is starting to definitely hit a little bit more, and I feel like it's just people don't really pay attention to it, but a lot of the draft classes that are finna come up in these next few years, it's definitely gonna.
Hopefully, bro, because Caitlin Clark is so tough. She's so tough.
Isn't she like the LeBron James of basketball right now? Yeah. Or in college?
Basically.
That's crazy.
Because, bro, I don't know if you've seen, bro, she'd be from the logo 3, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But
then there was that one girl from Oregon, right? A few years back or a couple years back.
Forgot her name. Yeah,
she's in the WNBA now. I think for the Liberty
paint
or something.
Demon. She was a paint demon.
Yeah.
She was driving.
Yeah.
Jelly. But no, but think about it. Okay, the NBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
It would, if you're in the NBA and it's 10 feet, the rim is 10 feet, right? and like everybody's rim grazing, I would say the same thing. Like, bring it down to 8 feet because it would be more fun to watch, and you sell out more tickets, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So why can't the same thing go with the WNBA? Because you guys already have a smaller ball, regardless. So why not bring it down to 8 feet? So now you guys can like windmill, like East Bay, freaking double East Bay. I mean, 360, like all that stuff.
I don't know. I guess because like my whole life I always used like a higher rim anyway because like, I have brothers, so it's like
Mhm.
I never felt the need to like lower it. It's just it made me want to like get better to be able to like dunk and do stuff like them. So
Mhm.
it's like I never found the need to like want to go lower.
Low key, see, like this is why I want to make the arguments because I always wanted to bring like I was the one that wanted to lower the rim so I can dunk. So that's why I always try to bring up this argument is because like me personally, I would always bring it down to like 8 feet so I can start windmilling and stuff.
Yeah.
So like I think that they would say the same thing, but you know, it
So
is
I
what it
was-
is.
I
As
feel like it
a
depends on the
short kings,
person.
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, us short kings, we need a
Yeah,
need a little
oh
help.
God,
We need a little help,
oh God,
or add like a little stepping stool,
something. Just do something. At this
so we
point.
can just run up a flight of stairs.
Like a pyramid.
Yeah,
Throw
literally.
you up. But I mean, so wait, what were we talking about before? Oh, track.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay, so your last year with us was last year.
Mhm.
Do you miss being able to have that freedom to like run the 60, run the 100?
It's so funny because my teammates joke about like going to go run, and I'm just sitting there like, I did this. I actually
Yeah.
did it. Like it wasn't a
Yeah.
joke. I went and did it. And, um, no, because
No?
I I feel like I did it for like giggles. I didn't take it
As a joke.
serious
Yeah,
because I
no,
definitely at Oshkosh I definitely jogged it just to be
that
funny.
was so funny. And then like the sprinters coach tried to coach her up, and like she's like, bro, I'm not even like trying.
Yeah, that's funny.
Because she's like, Cash, your dry phase was fine. You just got like way too tall, way too fast. And then she's like, I don't care.
Yeah, I was just there to joke around. Like that was just my warm up before shot.
Yeah, honestly.
That's funny. Well, we're at an hour and 2. You
Yeah,
got
I mean,
anything else?
Cash, do you have anything else to? Actually, I do have one last question for you.
Mhm.
It's basically another advice question. So for someone, not me, but I'm just saying for someone like that's trying to get into women's women's track and field in general.
Mhm.
Yep, basically. So like let's say they're in high school, let's say they're in middle school, let's say they're in college or whatever. What made you so good, and what can they do to get themselves at your level or even better?
Honestly, well, I did so many different sports. It's like I guess one thing that worked for me was just testing and see what I was good at. And the crazy part is like I wasn't even going to be a thrower. In high school I only cared about sprinting, but I had a coach who was like, "You should just try it." And I guess like just trying new things.
Okay.
So experimenting.
Yeah,
Experimenting.
like don't limit
Yeah.
yourself.
That's what I did.
Right.
I did long jump last year.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Was you good at it?
No.
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 That's what I will say. If I did do track in high school, I would have probably done long jump and like 100. I don't know about 200. Low-key 200.
No, I ran to 200. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah,
know about
and
that,
high
but-
school I did 4x1, 4x4, and 100 in shot put.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you were a runner, bro. I don't
Bro,
still
4x4 is crazy. Oh, I can't do all that.
It used to be my favorite event, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
That's the crazy thing too. Is like Cash loved running the whole oval, whatever it is.
No, I can't do all that. 100 is probably like the absolute max.
Man, you out of shape, man. You gotta hit that 200.
Well, low key, well, I don't know, because I probably would have hit 200 because at that point, if I was gonna go on a track, I would still be in shape from football season.
Yeah, because if I'm being all
So-
honest, dude, like the best of the best athletes run the 100,
Yeah.
and then you have like the average run the 200.
Yeah.
But if you're like at somewhat decent as an average guy, then you can go to state
yeah,
in high school.
I think my brother actually qualified for state when he was in, because he ran he did track with remember Kamari?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dog.
carried.
Yeah, literally, he's a dog.
So that's all I have for you, Cash. Dylan, you got anything?
Yeah, I'm all questioned out.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think that was. You guys hit pretty good points.
I mean, as long as you had fun, man, that was the goal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
it was definitely
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. All right, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Chapter 47, I believe. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm pretty much that's it.
Yeah, we will be posting shorts. Problem is, there's so
Quantity.
there's so much quantity, or there's so little quantity that it's just hard to find the
Yeah.
quality ones.
So yeah.
So
But
yeah,
we'll definitely be back for the start of the new year. Once I'm back from Colorado, and we're definitely gonna hit 2024 pretty hard. So
Yeah.
we'll see you guys next year.
Peace.